So this is the Hogwarts Hotel Experience brochure. Now, I'm going to give you one at the end of this, of course, but I was just thinking that we'll go through it together. And if you like what you see and you decide to book with me today, then we'll go ahead and I will also book your flight as well. Yeah, I thought so. I mean, we're in North America. You're going to need a flight over to the UK. So we'll do that too. And then I will just have to print off the contract. Yes, it's all very official, so I'm going to have to get you to sign that today. Okay, and yeah, all right. So before we start to go through this, I'm just so curious. So Hermione recommended you to me? Yeah, so how did you meet her, if you don't mind me asking? Oh wow, on a trip. Goodness, to meet a powerful president on a trip, that's intense. Yeah, she is very, very kind. Well, I met her years ago. So after he who must not be named, you've heard of him, right? Well, after he passed away officially this time, Hermione came to me and said that, they're looking to integrate witches and wizards into the Muggle society, the human society. I meet so many witches and wizards, I call us Muggles now. I mean, we are. But anyways, they were looking to integrate their people into our society, and they wanted us to become familiar with them and integrate with them as well. And so we thought of perhaps putting together some sort of travel experience, and she was very complimentary. She had said that she had heard great things from her parents. I actually worked with her parents many moons ago. And yeah, she said that she had heard great things about me and that she thought that I would be the perfect travel agent to help with this. And so we just started putting our heads together, and yeah, and then I created this brochure. So she brought me to Hogwarts and I got to do a tour, and we just we talked about what we both thought would be important to Muggles, humans. And yeah, we came up with this experience. And now that Hermione's story and Harry Potter's story is just, it's known worldwide, it's an experience that has truly blown up. But I'm still the only travel agent that you can book with, so I am quite busy these days. So yeah, it's quite intense, but I try my best to look after as many people as I can. And yeah, and really Hogwarts is only open in the summer times because of course it's still a school during the school year from September to June. Yeah, there's really only 2 months of the year that Muggles can come to Hogwarts and really have the full experience and just learn what the witching and wizard community is all about and what they study. And yeah, so anyways, so shall we begin to look through the brochure? Do you have any questions? Yeah, so only July and August. Yeah, so since it's already August, it's getting a little tight, but that's okay. We can fit you in. There's still some availabilities before the school year starts, so don't you worry. Yeah. Okay, so, another question. Yeah. So when you arrive, when you arrive at Hogwarts, you are actually going to be sorted into your house. Yes, so they will be putting the sorting hat on your head, and the sorting hat decides which house you kind of fall into. So I know a lot of people kind of have a good idea as to what house they think they belong to, but the sorting hat sometimes knows you better than you know yourself. Yeah. So yeah, I would wait. You can't unfortunately pick your dorm because that is part of the experience. So once you arrive there, you'll get sorted and then that will choose the dorm for you. But you can pick your meal plan and you can pick what games you'd like to play. And I would also like to encourage you to go to Hogsmeade at some point. You definitely want to stock up on some butterbeer and candy. But yeah, we'll talk about that later on. So why don't we just get into the brochure? What do you think? Okay, sure. All right, a magical summer escape. So this is just kind of a brief history, but I'll read it to you anyway because it's really nice. So Hogwarts Hotel. Hidden deep in the Scottish Highlands, Hogwarts Castle has stood for over 1,000 years as the world's most prestigious school of witchcraft and wizardry. Founded by the legendary 4 witches and wizards, Godric Gryffindor, Helga Hufflepuff, Rowena Ravenclaw, and Salazar Slytherin. The castle has trained generations of young witches and wizards. During the school year, Hogwarts remains closed to the outside world, but in the summer months, June 6th to August 25th, the castle opens its enchanted doors to a limited number of muggles, witches and wizards alike, offering the rare chance to live, sleep, and dine as if you were a student yourself. Stay in one of the 4 house dormitories, explore the moving staircases, dine in the Great Hall, and stroll the grounds where many magical adventures begin. Yes, and you'd be surprised, but there are tons of witches and wizards that have graduated from Hogwarts, or even some witches and wizards that have graduated from other wizarding schools that have come and experienced this experience. I think they do it for nostalgic purposes. I'm not quite sure. But anyways, sometimes I think it's just a nice way to get the children excited about school coming up, so they'll bring the family. It's a whole thing. All right, let's move on. Okay, so this is one of the houses. This is Ravenclaw. So I am actually a Ravenclaw myself. I do love knowledge and wisdom, and I'm a book nerd. The Ravenclaw logo is just, it's so wonderful. He just looks so wise. Seek serenity and wisdom in the lofty tower rooms of Ravenclaw House. Perched high above the castle, this tranquil accommodation offers a breathtaking view of the surrounding mountains and sky. Your quarters feature a celestial theme with elegant tapestries and rich blue and bronze accents. The entrance is guarded by a door that poses a challenging riddle to every entrant. Ideal for scholars and thinkers, each Ravenclaw stay includes access to an extensive library for private study and reflection. And my goodness, is the Hogwarts library fantastic. It truly just feeds your soul if you're a book nerd like me. Doesn't it sound wonderful? Oh, you don't really like books that much? Oh, you do like to read though. Okay, good. But not quite. I understand. My friend Ron doesn't really like to read. Oh, you met Ron? Oh, yes, of course. He's President Hermione's husband. All right, let's move on. Slytherin House. Slytherin House is, well, the house for very ambitious people. A lot of very wealthy and successful business people have come out of Slytherin House. Retreat to the depths of Slytherin House and stay in the shadowy chambers beneath the castle. These accommodations offer a secluded dungeon-like atmosphere and a view of the chill Black Lake. Your room features an aquatic theme with opulent tapestries and lavish green and silver decor. Access is granted by a plain, unadored door hidden in the castle's lower corridor. Perfect for the cunning and ambitious, each Slytherin stay includes use of an intimate lounge for private meetings or relaxation. Yes, Slytherin is a very, very popular dorm. Quite a lot of very successful Slytherins out there. At one point I thought perhaps I'm a Slytherin, but I think I fit a little better under the Ravenclaw category or house. All right. The next dorm is quite a popular one. Now, this one is popular because of, well, the very famous Harry Potter, but also President Hermione and Ron are from Gryffindor as well. Oh, you did know that, right? Yes, it's a very popular house and dorm that people like to be a part of. So brave souls may find rest in the bold and comfortable quarters of Gryffindor House, located in a castle tower. This lodging offers a stunning outlook of the castle grounds. Your rooms are decorated in a warm scarlet and gold and feature inviting furnishings and a crackling fireplace. Each stay in Gryffindor includes exclusive access to the cozy common room and the challenge of passing by a vigilant portrait near the entrance. Oh yes, the Fat Lady. What an odd name. But in any case, she sings very, very well. And it is always an adventure going to Gryffindor House. And I'm sure you would absolutely love the coziness of it if you were to be chosen to be at Gryffindor. Hufflepuff House. Guests of kind heart can spend their days in the welcoming accommodation of Hufflepuff House. These cozy quarters, nestled in the castle's basement, provide a peaceful retreat. Your rooms are decorated in golden yellow and warm earth tones and are furnished with squishy armchairs. A stay in Hufflepuff includes access to the inviting common room and a playful entrance guarded by a round door. So those are the 4. Took me a second. Goodness, it's been a long day. Those are the 4 different houses that you could potentially be in, and they are the dorms. So depending on which house that you are sorted into, that will be the dorm that you end up staying in. Alright, so I think we should move on to the meal plans. Now, there are a few different meal plans depending on your budget. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and just take some notes while we get started, because I also want to make sure that I'm giving them a heads up as to what kind of activities you're interested in advance. Of course, you may change your mind when you're there, but I want to make sure that I know what you're interested in, and then also what your budget is, so I can send Hogwarts an email and let them know in advance. Cool. Okay, so I also already have Google Flights opened in case you do decide to book. You do seem quite interested. Okay, I thought perhaps after reading through the dorms that you'd be very excited. Okay. Alright, so I am just going to begin to take notes. As you can see, this is the PDF version, so if you'd like a digital copy, I can send it to you later. Just remind me. Okay, alright. Okay, so let me know which one you're interested in and what your budget is like. Okay, so the first meal plan is 15 galleons per day. So that includes breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now I know, of course, you have American money. Yes, that's okay. Don't worry. When you get to Hogwarts, they will help you do the exchange. Yeah, so don't worry. They'll give you some galleons for your American cash. Yeah. Okay, so for 15 galleons, breakfast is porridge or scrambled eggs. Okay. Lunch is shepherd's pie. And dinner is roast chicken. Alright, so now for the deluxe package, that was the standard package. The deluxe is 25 galleons per day. And breakfast is pancakes or a bacon sandwich. Lunch is steak and kidney pudding. And dinner is fish and chips. And then the premium package, so for 40 galleons per day, breakfast is a full English breakfast. Yeah, with sausages and everything. And lunch is afternoon tea. So lunch will probably also just be something quite extensive, like, yeah, you'll have your meats. So an afternoon tea it has sort of a variety, kind of more like a buffet. I probably should have been a little bit more detailed on that, because not all Americans know what that is. So in any case, what I meant when I wrote that is just that you'll have a variety. It'd be more like a buffet. Yeah. And dinner is beef Wellington. Now, of course, depending on how many nights you decide to stay, we can mix and match the packages. Of course, not everyone wants to have, shepherd's pie for lunch every day. Sometimes we want the variety. So yeah, we can mix and match. But this is a general idea. So if you were to stay 3 days, you were thinking, okay, yeah. So do you think you would have the same package? Okay, you would mix and match. Okay, yeah. So which one are you sort of gravitating towards? The deluxe. Yeah. Oh, the deluxe and the standard. Oh, and the print. Oh, I see. So you kind of like to do all 3. Okay, yeah, absolutely. You know, I myself really love variety. Yeah, so okay, great. Yep, we could do that. So I'm just going to make some notes really quickly. So give me 1 second, okay? All right. Okay. So, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get your name. Okay, nice to meet you, Sarah Jeswell. Is that Chess? Chess? I see. Chesswell. Okay. Your plan 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Okay. It's just so I can remember. All right. Okay. So for desserts and snacks, now it doesn't matter what meal plan you choose, you have access to all of these treats. I know. So we have treacle tarts, pumpkin pastries, jelly slugs. I don't know about that one. Chocolate trifle, fizzing whizbees, cauldron cakes, and birdie bots, every flavored beans. And they mean every flavor. Yes, one time I ate a grass flavored one. Yeah, I almost threw up. Yes, so you'll have access to every single one of these snacks, so don't you worry. Doesn't matter what package you decide on. Okay, perfect. I could go for a fizzing whiskey right now. They're so delicious. You definitely need to make sure that you try some. Also, have you ever had butterbeer before? Well, I make my own version of butterbeer at home. It's a hot and frothy one. Yeah. Oh, it's just so delicious. It tastes like hot caramel. Oh. And kind of like a cream soda vibe as well. Yeah. You're gonna love it. They serve butterbeer every meal. Okay, so moving on to the games. Now, have you ever heard of Quidditch before? You have? Okay, so great. So there is actually a Quidditch game every day. Yes, they know how popular it is, and they also are a big believer in exercise and being out in nature, which I just think is fantastic. So they like to encourage their guests to go for walks, not too far in the Forbidden Forest. You want to be careful, but and go down to the Quidditch pitch and, maybe play some Quidditch. But of course, you should probably have a flying lesson first. There are some teams that will come throughout the summer and they'll practice, so you could also perhaps witness one of the practice games. And yeah, it's really, really cool. So there are games every day. Join us each afternoon for a thrilling Quidditch game on the castle's expansive pitch. Experience the excitement of the Wizarding World's most popular sport as you watch chasers, beaters, and seekers in action. Cheer for your house team from the stands while roaring crowds surround you, or take your place as a fan in the vibrant grassy field. Yes, I forgot Hermione did update me not too long ago and did say that the houses sometimes will come and play. I think she said actually every week. I'm going to have to send her a message and just make sure I got my information correct. Correct, because I don't want to spread some misinformation and get everyone very excited. Okay, so that's one of the activities. There's also some dormitory games. So test your skills and wits with an array of classic and magical games offered in each of the house common rooms. Hufflepuff House offers backgammon or a cheerful game of gobstones. Challenge your friends to a round of wizard chess or checkers in Ravenclaw House. Compete to win cups in Slytherin House with the strategic game of exploding snap. Try your luck at beating the deck of cards in Gryffindor House. Enjoy an evening of friendly competition and fun alongside fellow guests and house residents. So fun. Do you think maybe you'd be interested in some of these games? Oh, the Quidditch. Okay, let me just write that down. Okay. Great. All right. Great. Well, moving on. Okay, now for an extra fee, you can actually take a class at Hogwarts. So the teachers do live there year-round, and because they also want witches and wizards to integrate into regular society, they want it to go smoothly, and they just want both of the worlds to, get along. They have decided to offer classes throughout the summer so that they can get to know muggles and vice versa. So we have the potions class, charms class, we have herbology class, and defense against the dark arts. So, of course, that's not necessarily something you would have to worry about, but could be something that you might be interested in. For guests wishing to expand their magical education, engaging 1-hour classes are available during your stay. Each class is offered at an additional cost of 3 galleons. That's about $10 USD. Not too much. So, do you think there might be a class that you might be interested in? Okay, yeah. Potions and herbology. Sure, yeah. Well, you can always do kind of a sit-in some of the other classes as well, just in case there's maybe a charms class that you sit in on and you really like it. You never know. Okay, so I'm gonna write that down. Okay, cool. Alright. Oh, did I spell that wrong? Oh, silly me. Did I? Herbology. No, I didn't. That is. Oh, computers, they're so odd. I guess they're kind of also just getting used to magical terms. They're used to only muggle language. Alright. Okay, so yeah, that's exciting. Keep that in mind. Yes. So if you heard anything about Harry Potter's story, oh, you're well versed. Okay, good. Well, when he was participating in the Triwizard Tournament, yes, you remember that. Well, there was a Yule Ball, and well, Yule it's our Christmas time. It's the same time as Christmas in December. So since it's the summer, of course they don't have a Yule Ball, but they do try to have a weekly ball for all of the guests. And so if you are interested in the ball, I would have to maybe I'd have to email Hogwarts and just ask them what the schedule is like for the ball, because like I said, it's only once a week, and unfortunately at the moment I don't know what days it's gonna fall on in August. I'm gonna have to find that out for you. If you're interested, okay, no worries. I'll send them an email, and perhaps that will determine the exact dates that you end up booking. Yeah. Okay, sure. So descend the grand staircase and enjoy an enchanting evening in the castle's elegant dining hall. Once a week, the hall is transformed into a magical celebration. Enjoy an enchanting evening of music and dance as you twirl across the storied floor in your finest dress robes. The night concludes with a magnificent display of fireworks beyond the castle walls. And I have to say, they are truly magnificent. It's just something that you only will see in your dreams. It's not like our human fireworks. There are animals that explode in the sky. Not actual animals, of course. Just like fireworks that look like animals, dragons. It's truly, truly fantastic. So I would recommend being there on this night. Okay, so now we're gonna just move on, and I've kind of given you the lowdown on everything that you will experience while there, what to look forward to, and I think it's important now that we go through the price, just make sure that it's within your budget. Now this is the availability for July, of course. We're in August now, so I'm just gonna jump ahead. Yeah. Okay. So August, we do have a couple more bookings that I'll highlight them for you. Or actually, you know what? I do know them by memory. So if you want to tell me what days you were kind of looking at, then perhaps I can tell you if they're still available. Yeah, I probably should have. Anyways, I should have marked them off. That's okay. It's been so busy here. Okay, so were you looking at perhaps like a weekend? A weekend, yeah. And you said 3 days, right? Okay, so the 13th, 14th, and oh my goodness, there's a mistake in my calendar. Okay, goodness, it's all over the place. All right, that's okay. So the 13th, 14th, and 15th. Okay. Goodness. All right, that's fine. Okay, so I'm just going to, actually what I'll do is I will just make a note on here. Okay, let's do that. All right, so, and I think because you're aiming for the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I think you will probably get lucky. Yeah, I think the ball will probably be on one of those days. It's usually on the weekend because there's a massive cleanup afterwards. So, yes, they like to make sure that they get the cleanup done at least by Sunday. Okay, so yes, so the prices. So because you are looking at a weekend, so the weekend pricing is usually around 200 galleons, but that's, for all 3 days. So it's about, oh, sorry, I misspoke. Sorry, this is per night. This is the price per night, so it's a bit pricey. So we have 675 USD per night. I know, it's quite a lot, but just think, you could go to the Bahamas for that, and you wouldn't get to witness magic. You wouldn't get to see something completely different. It's just like going on any other Caribbean vacation. Well, maybe not the Bahamas. I should probably say Mexico or Cuba. The Bahamas is, well, it's a little bit more fancier. But anyways, my point is that it is pricier. Oh, it's outside of your budget. Okay. Well, I mean, you've been lovely. Yeah, it's been wonderful talking to you. So I think perhaps I should see if I can get you a discount. Okay, I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get you a discount. I'll make a note. So, do you think if I could get you a 20% off discount, would that perhaps be okay? Would that be within your budget? Still a bit tight. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's okay. Well, yeah, I think if I pull some strings, I mean, Hermione has been really wanting kind souls to come and visit. Yeah, I think it's really good to make sure that we're having good people come and visit, and also so that the wizards can know that muggles are safe, they're good, they're kind. Okay, I think I could probably get you 40% off. Yes, okay, I'm going to give you 40% off. How about that? Okay, so why don't we do the calculations? So let me bring up my handy dandy calculator. So we have 675 times by 40%. That's $270 off. So 675 minus 270. That's 405 USD a night. Will that be okay? Wonderful. I'm so glad. Okay, so I'll just make a note. Okay, yes, 405 a night. Okay, that'll be fine, I think. Yeah, you seem wonderful, so I just I'm good with picking up on people's intentions, and yeah, I can tell that you have good intentions. Yeah. Okay. All right, perfect. So, and that's the end. Like I mentioned, I'm going to give this to you, and you can flip through it and get excited for your stay. So I will give this to you, put this over here, and you can take it home. And okay, and then in terms of the meal plan, do you still want to stick with 1, 2, and 3 to switch it up? Okay, perfect. All right, wonderful. So I will send an email to the head at Hogwarts. And okay, yeah, and before I do that, did you want me to maybe look into some flights for you? Okay, yeah, that's fine. So, all right, so New York, of course, to I think it's best that you fly into London. Yeah, and then you can take the train. There's the Hogwarts Express. It's at platform 9 3/4. But don't worry, when I send you the lowdown on your trip, I will go ahead and mention all the details there for you. Okay, so perfect. Okay, so for London from New York, you're gonna fly in on the Thursday and you'll arrive back on the Monday. So it looks like it's $717 round trip. Is that still within your budget? Yeah, that's not too much at all. Yes. Okay, perfect. All right, so that's great. So I can go ahead and book that for you. And I think perhaps all right, so this is the contract that I have drafted. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'll print this out. So basically it's just your regular, contract. It says the dormitory assignments, the meal and dining, kind of just saying that if Peeves gets up to any mischief and steals your things, it's kind of your responsibility. I would bring a lock. He can be quite mischievous. So what I also think I should warn you about, we had our first ever complaint. Yes, so I should probably warn you that Peeves, he likes to distract people from their meals. Yes, so around noon, he will put on a show in the West Wing, and he thinks it's funny. But unfortunately, some of our guests are stuck having to watch, and they are not allowed to pass and go and have their meal. And by the time they do get to their meal, it is quite cold, and they have been very unhappy about that. So I just think that if you are on your way to lunch, I would suggest going through the East Wing and not the West Wing, because that is where he tends to be and tends to gather a crowd. But yes, also bring a lock. That is very important. And a trunk. Lock up your trunk. He will potentially take your things and hide them. Yes. Goodness. That was quite a lot of talking on my end. Do you have any questions? I'm just going to take a sip of my iced coffee. I am just so hot. Oh my goodness. It's truly delicious. I have been waiting all day for this. You are my last customer today. So any questions? You're just excited. Yes, it's very exciting. I had the most magical experience when I got to tour around, and I also got I got Hermione as my tour guide, which of course, I mean, as a Ravenclaw, President Hermione is just someone that we look up to ginormously. Yes, she is someone that I think a lot of Ravenclaws think should have been in our house. She just must be more brave, which is hard to imagine, but anyway, she did give me the grand tour of Hogwarts and where she would study when she was growing up, and it was truly magical. Yes, so I very much enjoyed that. And oh, you will have real Hogwarts students taking you around. There are tours every 20 minutes, so when you arrive, they'll probably bring you up to the castle in the boats, because this is your first time, right? Yes, of course. Had a mind, what do they call it, a brain fart. Yes. So they will bring you up in the boats, and yeah, there are tours every 20 minutes. Real Hogwarts students, they come and they volunteer, and they will take you on a tour, which is pretty cool as well. So yeah, I don't think President Hermione would be there to take you on a tour, but you never know, you might get lucky. Goodness. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and print this for you, and yes, we'll get that signed, and away you go. And yes, I will be sending you an updated email with everything that we talked about today, and yes, I'm very excited for you. I think it's going to be a magical vacation. It's definitely going to be one you will never forget. Yes. All right. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and print the contract, and yeah. And then you'll be on your way. All right. Wonderful.